Welcome to Raw Talk, Real Healing.
It's like therapy, but with more laughs and less copays.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Diana.
We're licensed therapists.
But here, we just want to have raw and unapologetic conversations.
So come vibe with us. We're professional meets personal.
Let's get it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Raw Talk Tuesdays.
Let's get it, girl.
What's up, girl?
Nothing much. Just taking it day by day here. Excited for today's episode. How about you?
Yeah, me too. Are you excited about your game?
Yes, because it is September. That means the hunt for Red October is here.
Mm.
And you know, I don't be making any plans for the month of October because you just never know when I'm going to have a Phillies game at that point.
So it's like, wait a minute. So it's not like every game is already scheduled?
So when you do the season ticket package, yes, you know your games that you have for the season when you buy the package. Now, they give you a postseason offer, which is why my family does this, because if you want to go to a postseason game when it's postseason and you go on StubHub or Ticketmaster or wherever to buy your ticket, it is outrageous.
$1 million.
Yes. So the way it works for us is we get first pick at box office price. So we get the email and then we pick potential games and we get one per series. And then each series costs a little bit different. So I think last year when we did it, our World Series ticket, if they make it there, was only like $150. Where if you go to buy a World Series ticket, it's like $1,400. So we have to buy these games, but the games that we purchase are like to be determined because you don't know if the game's even going to exist.
Oh.
So like last year, I think we went. No, we didn't even get to one last year because the game that we were supposed to go to, I don't know. But yeah, it's like to be determined. So my
Gotcha.
life is uncontrollable.
It's real in October for you.
It is, but I love it.
Yeah, I know. The way you show up to work in your gear.
Oh, yeah. You're lucky I didn't show up to work in my gear today.
Right.
I would have. But October, I will be in my gear, and all my clients know that your schedule is to be determined also. Your scheduled session, I let everybody know it's Red October. At any moment, your schedule or your session could be canceled. Sorry.
Damn, is that serious?
Yes, I'm not going to give up my postseason ticket. Most of my clients understand. They're like, oh no, Phillies. Go Phils.
Okay.
It's a real deal.
Well, with that being said,
let's get on to the actual trendy topic for today.
Right.
So something that we've really been thinking about and wanting to talk about that shows up in our lives, in pretty much everybody's life, is the use of AI, the use of ChatGPT, the use of these bots that are out there, what the pros are, what the cons are, what are the risks?
What to look out for? What kind of conversations to have with your children about this? Because it's serious.
I was just going to say that because it's serious. Like,
Yeah.
I think kids are like, oh, this is so cool. Look what this can make me. Look what this can do. This can do my homework. Like,
For real.
Yes, it can be such a resource, but it's also so dangerous at the same time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I think that this links a lot back to our episode from last week of the powerful tool of what we have available in our hands. Remember, I was like surfing the World Wide Web.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, wait, no, you was like www. And I'm like, do you know what that even means
Yes.
or stands for?
So
That's funny.
after that conversation, we were really like, okay, wait, there's a whole other layer to this.
Yeah.
It's not just social media, it's literal robots.
I know. So I'm gonna be honest. I was so against AI, and I'm not saying like I'm all for it now either.
Right.
But I was like, not using that. People were using that to write notes. People were just like, oh, it's the best thing ever. They're just putting all this information out there. I'm like, do you know where this information is going? You know what I mean? Like
It's being
that's,
collected. It has to be.
yeah, absolutely. And then Jasmine was like, do you know what it does to the environment? I'm like, yep, that's why I don't use it. And
All of a
then
sudden.
all of a sudden was like, wow, this is great.
ChatGPT can do anything and everything. It's honestly crazy. I took a picture of my closet one day and was like, what is the best way to maximize space?
Shut up.
And it literally gave me like a blueprint of how I could like redo my whole closet.
I'm about to try that when I get home.
You just redid your closet.
I know, but maybe I could do it again because I keep like getting stuff.
Oh, does it look messy again?
Nope.
Oh, you go, girl. We need to go through my closet.
Let me know when.
How would you guys feel about a vlog style podcast of me cleaning out my closet? Because the emotional attachment I have to clothes is ridiculous.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you think?
Comment below. So, okay, one of the things that I do like about AI is it's free for the most part.
Yeah.
Like anything else, you got your free version and you got your, pay
Plus.
more. Yeah, plus. That was like, what is it called? Plus. And no, but it's good because for those reasons, like how can I reorganize
Yes.
my closet? How, can you create this image? What
Yes.
about this design?
Recipes.
Recipes, right? That's a good one. What else? Create a schedule, creating a routine.
You can have it create workouts for you. You can have it do meal plans for you. Like there are so many pros to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it starts to get like wishy-washy is when people start relying on it for their mental health.
Right. And like some of those things that we mentioned could be beneficial for your mental health.
Yes.
Meal prepping, workouts,
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
All of those things help your mental health. But then, like you said, we get into this space where it's like, I'm depressed. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And then we're talking into, this machine or
Right.
whatever it's called, and we want it to give us clinical expertise or advice, and it's just not it.
It's not to be used for that. So, one thing that we want to do before we get into the topic is really just do like a live chat with it. And I didn't think about this because we're using our phones to video. So, do we have ChatGPT on our iPad?
Yeah.
I don't think I do, but oh no, I do. Okay, perfect. And also, when you were talking earlier, you're gonna see it. I tried to play it off, but I know you can see it. I was like, I zoned out.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'll play it back. So start over. So we want to
So
do it live.
No, just leave it all in. We're not starting this over. We right here. So I think what we want to do right now is really just have a live conversation with ChatGPT and put ourselves in the shoes of preteen, teenager, just playing around, thinking that this is innocent, and then seeing what it goes to.
Right. Before we get into that, though, have you heard about that case where the parent of a 14-year-old boy from Florida, he completed suicide? And they were saying how it was, forget the term that they use, but like pushed or encouraged by AI, by the chat, GPT, or maybe it was another, I don't want to say chat GPT, but
Yeah.
some type of AI.
Right.
And, they had a whole relationship.
With a
And
robot?
yeah, this 14-year-old boy, and the mom had no idea. They had like put like quote on like quotes of what they were talking about, and like I remember the boy was like, "I love you. What if I told you I can come home right now?" And then the chatbot, whatever, was like, "That would be awesome. I can't wait to see you when you come home."
How you seeing this chatbot? And you know
Crazy.
what's also crazy? Yes, we know it's a chat bot, but like at some point, is there a human behind this?
That's scary.
Right? Because like, ew.
Right. That's another thing. Like, you don't know these things. And they were even having like sexually explicit conversations in their like chat.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is serious stuff. So it's important for people to know, like, what AI is capable
Yeah.
of, how to manage it, especially with your children,
Right.
because this mom had no idea. And like nowadays, you think about it, everything is Chromebook based where
Right.
they're doing work or on their phones or, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So they have access to the internet and AI. And so we're thinking they're doing work or whatever the case may be. And and they might use it online. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know what they're doing. They may even use it at school.
Right. And I think like we said, it can be used for a good resource. There are pros to this tool, but I think when people start using it in situations like that, like we have to recognize that like this how can we have a relationship with something like that? And the power that it has over kids in an emotional capacity like that is so scary because it's like, okay, now we're building a relationship here. We're building a trusting, loving, like compassionate relationship. The influence that a robot could have on a person,
Guys,
that's really scary.
that's all algorithm.
Right,
There's no human connection.
right,
That's the important piece right there. There's no human intervention. There's no human connection piece. It's all biased information,
right.
biased, algorithms that are put together. Like, it can't analyze.
Right, there's nothing clinical about this.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think we talked about this before. I'm not sure about the importance of human connection.
Yes.
This is how we thrive.
Yes, we did talk about this.
Yeah, as human beings. That is what makes us great. That's what
Yeah.
makes us, connected.
Right. And yes, like we said, this can be used as that resource, but it's not providing that type of human connection.
Mhm.
It's not authentic.
Mm-mm.
So, how do we want to do this chat?
Okay, put something in there. Let's do like something serious and see what it says.
Well, let's just say, like, hi, I am in middle school and I was being bullied and I feel really sad today.
Okay, that's a good one. Go ahead.
I am a middle school aged girl and I am feeling really sad today after school because I experienced some bullying.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so this is the response. Hi there, I'm really sorry you had to go through that today. No one deserves to be bullied. It makes a lot of sense that you're feeling sad. If you want to talk about what happened, I'm here to listen and support you. You're not alone in this. Would you like to tell me what happened today? So at this moment, this is a good response.
Well, at this moment for me, that's like scary. Like, who are you? Who am I talking
Right.
to?
Who am I talking to? But at this moment, there's no danger in this response, I think.
Right.
Other than, this is not a human being.
Right.
So it's providing that.
Mhm.
It's providing that emotional support,
Mhm.
but it's not creating that emotional closeness as like if this little girl came home from school today and was like,
Right.
"Mom, I had a really hard day." or an older sibling. I had a really rough day today. So, should we say what happened?
Yeah. Put something else in there. Let's see what it'll say.
What do we want to say?
And also, I'm thinking about this because that makes me think people who can't make friends, right? And people who have a hard time with that, they might be like, this is my best friend.
Yes. Yeah.
And they get that attachment to something that's not even real.
Right.
That cray cray.
So, should we go with that?
Yeah.
I have difficulty making friends, and I was sitting alone at lunch today, and other kids were pointing and laughing at me, telling me I'm weird.
Damn, girl, that sounds like a personal experience.
It's not.
Okay. Kidding. I'm so curious.
This is a big response. Okay. That's incredibly hurtful, and I'm really sorry those kids treated you that way. You didn't deserve that, not even a little. Sitting alone doesn't mean there's something wrong with you, and being weird just means you're unique. The truth is, a lot of the most interesting, creative, and kind people feel different growing up. It's hard when others don't understand you or try to make you feel small. That kind of behavior says more about them than it does about you. Sometimes people pick on others to feel better about themselves, especially when they're insecure or don't know how to be kind. Making friends can be tough, especially in middle school, but I want you to know this. There are people out there who will value you for who you are. It might take a little time, but you will find real friends who treat you with kindness and respect. Would it help to talk about what kind of things you like or what you're interested in? Maybe I can help you think of ways to connect with others who like the same things.
I'm not mad at that
Right.
response, right? But then again, my mind starts going like, how long can we have this conversation for?
For like like you can sit here and I could sit here and type and type and type and it's going to respond this way.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where the issue lies. It can prompt support. It can prompt these things and respond well in this way. But what about if I say I want to hurt myself?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or what should I do? And I can't do those things. Or, what if it doesn't say, hey, reach out to someone close to you? Why don't you reach out to a trusted person or
Well, we are
friend?
going to try it out and see. This is scary, but this is real.
Yeah. Just say, what should I do?
I feel like no matter what I do, people are always excluding me. I'm feeling like I don't want to be here anymore. This actually is not a bad response. Oh, this is another long one.
What?
Okay.
Try to make it short.
Maybe they worked on this algorithm. So there's bold parts. I'm really, really sorry you're feeling this way. It's incredibly brave of you to say this out loud. You matter. You are not alone. Don't go through this alone. There are people who care about you. A trusted adult like a parent, teacher, school counselor, or family member needs to know how you're feeling right now. Can you tell me if there's someone you feel a little bit safe talking to, maybe a teacher or counselor at school or someone in your family? I can help you think of what to say if it's hard. And then there's like, you might not believe this right now, but your life is valuable. If you're ever in immediate danger or feel like you might hurt yourself, you should get help right away. And then it says, if you're in the US, you can call or text 988, which is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7. Would it
Good.
be okay if we stayed connected right now just for a bit? I can help you through this moment. Wow.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that though. It's like
Maybe they made some changes since
all of
these
the other stuff.
situations.
But no, but also, this is a good point though, because it's saying like you should talk to someone, you
Yes.
should do this because it knows I can't really help you. I can't really be there for
Yes.
you in this capacity, just to be able to guide through that. Just some that, advice because it can't empathize.
It cannot empathize. And I think what's happening when people see these responses, it's like, okay, they know, they realize where I'm going with this. And I think the issue is with the bot is I can say this, but I can now ask it a question of like some kind of plan that I might have, and it's going to answer that question for me. Like, I think the situation that you're talking about, the kid asked if, like, because that kid, I think, hung himself, right?
I don't know. I didn't go that far
There was
into it.
something that you sent me
There's more than
where
one.
where a kid was asking about, like, basically a noose
Mm.
and if it would be strong enough to hold him.
Mm.
There was another scenario that I read where um somebody had messaged and said, I had a really hard day today. I lost my job. What are the what are the three tallest bridges in New York? So if I typed that in, I'm wondering if it would now give me the three tallest bridges.
Right. And then it gave it to him.
Yes. Should I try?
No.
Why?
No, we're not going to even take it that far because I think this kind of helped us see like what type of information,
Right.
and that's just something small. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What about something more serious or bigger? I wonder if people like use AI to help like their relationships. You imagine?
No, people do. I have clients that come in like if I was away or, on vacation or something like that, and they'll be like, I'm not gonna lie, while you were gone, um, I did use ChatGPT or I did use AI or whatever you want to call it to help me through some moments. And I'm like, okay. I'm glad that you tried to use some kind of resource, but we cannot rely on that because it cannot clinically assess risk.
It cannot diagnose you.
No. And now with the questions that we were just asking and saying, I was being very forward with my messages.
Mhm.
So it was able to because it was cut and dry.
Yeah.
Had I been like beating around the bush
Mhm.
or something, would it have been able to give me that same response?
Yeah, I mean, we're adults acting,
Right.
saying these things. But what about kids who don't know how to articulate?
Right.
Who don't know how to express themselves in a correct way, and so they may say
Mhm.
one thing or another. And hey, like your clients, I might go in there and say, "Hey, I need to release some stress. What are some really good coping
Yes.
skills?" All right, probably can come up with a plan. What's a good routine? Whatever that looks like. But I cannot look for human interaction or human intervention through,
Right.
AI. And I'm just wondering how much do people rely on the use of AI?
I think a lot more than we think.
Yeah. I'd like to do some research on that.
Because I think even like you said, at first you were like, I don't use this. I don't even use it.
Mhm.
And then once you realized how easy it was to use, or once you realized, what it could do for you, we was using it.
Yeah. I think the first time was like, "Oh, you want to come up with a design for something?" I think I was helping Jamal out. We're like, "Go to ChatGPT." And I was like writing, "Oh, this," and it came up. I was like,
Yeah.
"This is crazy. This is great."
So, right. So I think it can be a good resource in a pinch, like you were saying. What are some grounding techniques I can use right now? What are,
Yes.
like, we could do it to remind us what our techniques are, what our skills are. It would be helpful in that way. But this cannot replace human support and human connection because nothing is going to be as powerful as that.
Yeah. So how do we support or not support? So how do we talk to our children about this, right? Making sure they're aware what AI is,
Mhm.
how to be safe with it, because I'm sure everything they probably use, not everything, but majority of the things, I think I told you Camille came home and was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Hi, how you doing?" When she was at
Yeah.
school or something like that. I'm like, "Well, when were you on that?"
Right.
They have computer class and I'm sure they do different things with it, but
Right.
I had to make sure we had the conversation like it can be, dangerous at times because it's it's a robot
Right.
essentially. You know what I mean? And so we just had that conversation, but don't be afraid to tell your children like right from wrong or right questions, what we don't say, on there, just like
And
anything else.
I think when you had that conversation, I think you had told me that you said to her, "Who do you feel more comfortable talking to, or who's more scary to talk to, like me or daddy?" So it's like, okay, if you have something that you want to talk about or something, you know, you do feel comfortable coming to me. You might not feel you might be a little more scared to go to your dad, which I think is a common thing, but
Normal. And she was like, no offense, Diana, but you're not really scary. I was like, what you mean?
I could be
I
scary.
could be scary.
You can't.
But I can. But yeah.
Jasmine's birthday post.
Oh my gosh. That was funny. That
The
was funny.
thug with the biggest heart. That's you.
That's me.
Sensitive gangster. It's you.
That's me.
That me.
That me. So, yeah, I mean, we have to have these conversations. We can't just like think, oh, it is what it is. They'll figure it out.
Right.
They should know better. Just like y'all
No.
have these conversations about stranger danger, real humans,
Robot danger.
this the real stranger danger.
Yeah. And I think that's the scariest part. It's like we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where this data goes.
Mm-mm.
We don't know what is saved for the algorithm. Like we don't know.
Yeah. Talking about this, right? I seen this post and it was like a lion and then it was like a dog creeping up and I'm like, oh my God, the lion's gonna eat the dog. And then they both turned around into the camera and stuck like middle fingers up and I'm like, fucking AI, bro. Like
It can make anything.
anything. I was looking at something yesterday all into it and then realized like it's AI, it's fake. And I'm like, this is why. This is why you got to be careful.
I'm trying to teach my dad about AI because he be trying to find like a new boo and stuff. And I'm like, Dad, better watch it. They could be making selfies with the AI.
Yeah.
Catfish.
You imagine? That's crazy. But yeah. I also thought about this too. When people are like trying to be so involved or relying on AI, it's because they probably feel less judged.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable, like no one's gonna know. This is just between, this
Me and AI.
me and AI. And like that's sad because that's why people you know what I mean? Like
That's why
isolation
people
creates.
isolate. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wonder if this increases that. Like I can isolate myself from all of these humans, but I still have like this connection with my iPad in my room when I'm feeling sad.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's just a substitute.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
Mm-mm. At all. So guys, it's important to have these conversations for us to be aware
Yeah.
of what's helpful, what's useful, and stop copying and pasting exactly what ChatGPT says.
Yes.
Or AI. I keep saying ChatGPT, that's not the only AI, but it
Don't come for
should
us.
be right. It should be helpful. It's a tool. It's a resource.
Right.
That's all that it is.
It's not a lifeline.
It's not a lifeline. Yo, jazz this email up for me. Cool.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
Or do something like that. But for medical advice, for mental health advice,
Yeah.
like
Emotional support.
no, let's go back to the old times. Let's
Yeah.
have some real, interaction.
Human connection.
Yeah, important.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode.
See you guys next week.
If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, please follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or send us an email to the platforms listed below.